All right, boy, be smooth out here. Yes, sir. Hey, peace, boys. You know what's free out here? You know what's free? It's a lot of stuff that's free. Love is free. Networking is free. Building relationships is free. It ain't hard. It ain't hard to look at somebody and say, peace. It ain't hard to look at somebody and say, man, this shit really don't gotta be like that. It ain't hard, man. It ain't hard. You know what's crazy? For years, hearing the same thing. You say love ain't for everybody. Let me. I'm glad you wrote that. You said love ain't for everybody, right? Let me show you how love is for everybody. As much as people be talking about how love ain't for everybody, let me show you this. Look at this. When you see a baby, a child, that child can't pay you. That child can't do nothing for you. But when you see a baby, a small baby, maybe your own baby, or you see children like little babies in a daycare center playing or somewhere in the park, them little children, they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing to give you except love. And you love a child, a baby, unconditionally. Love is for everybody, because let me tell you something. All of us are connected to Allah. Now, see, you threw an extreme out. I'm not talking about an extreme example. Not an extreme example. Somebody that commits a crime, yeah, you should be persecuted. But love, this is why it gotta be like, because you got a lot of people out here, man, and I get it. A lot of people out here have been traumatized. A lot of people are walking around here traumatized. A lot of people are holding in a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of trauma inside themselves. And they walking around and they hurt people. But those hurt people will eventually hurt somebody else. It's a lot of people walking around really suffering internally, but they don't let that pain and that suffering out. So they're hurt on the inside. So love to them, I'm gonna show you this. Hurt people hurt people. So watch this. When you put this up here like this and you say it like this, right? If somebody is walking around and only thing they know is hurt, pain, suffering, they've been done dirty, they don't know how it feels to actually be loved. They don't know how it actually feels for somebody to show them gratitude, for respect, support, without strings being attached. I'm saying this message right here, really I'm talking to myself. But I'm saying this because it's just something I got on my heart right now. This is just how I'm thinking about it right now. I'm really talking to myself, though. But I got love, though. I got passion. So I'm pushing it out. You feel me? Let me know where y'all Moors is tuning in from. Y'all Asiatics is tuning in from. This is just my observation out loud. Hurt people continue to hurt people. So how do you fix that? That person or them people that's hurt, they eventually, and they probably got a right to feel like that. You got a right to feel hurt because somebody did you dirty. I get it. I've been hurt. I've been done dirty. So I get it though. But the thing is though, love is an indescribable feeling. It's about love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. What's missing out here is people don't have a lot of people have a lot of pain. but they don't have a lot of healing inside. They have a lot of pain, a lot of trauma. So love to them looks like a foreign thing, a foreign language. They don't know how, they don't even want to be vulnerable to open themselves up to even look at love, to look at support, to look at networking, to look at, hey, you know what? If we really linked up, not on no sexual shit, and we just linked up and we just started empowering each other. People love talking about getting to the bag. I was just building with bro a minute ago. I'm going to pull y'all into the conversation me and bro was just having. Look at this. It is about love, though. Everything comes down to LOVE. Look. The reason, ask yourself, how do these people coming in to they come into our hood, our communities, and they set up a shop. They set up a liquor store. They set up a hair salon. They set up a beauty supply store, right? They set up a grocery store, but they are in our community. And we looking at it like, this ain't, everybody goes to these people to buy their merch. But if we turned it around and say, wait a minute, we can't go into their communities and open up a store. We can't go into their neighborhood and say, we finna open up some shop. You got to get sanctioned off from people in that community to do that. Peace, more. You got to get sanctioned off by somebody from their community to open up a storefront, to open up a business inside their community, right? But then, on God, they disrespect us at the same time as they got a storefront in our community at the same time. Ain't it crazy though? These people that's setting up these storefronts in our community, we supposed to be taxing them to be in our community, in our hood, selling merch in our hood. That's what they do to us, right? Then you gotta say, all right, the love part, right? If you got a business, say you sell cookies, or say you sell hair bundles, whatever your business is, massage therapy, whatever your business is, right? And I'm a barber. So I'm a barber, you sell cookies, you sell hair bundles. Or a woman is selling she's selling books, she has a business, right? This is what we gotta start. This is where the love come in at. The truth, the peace, the freedom, and the justice come in at, right? If I got a barbershop, or I'm a barber, or you a hairstylist, a loctician, I'm gonna come in there, you come in there selling cookies or a truck company, right? You come in there, I do business with you cutting your hair. In return, it's a network that's being built. You, in turn, get your hair cut or you get your hair twisted, locked up. You give me business with your truck company, with your cookie company. You could do catering events. You could sell food there. You see, the network is the net worth, and the net worth is your network. But that's the part of the love, though. We don't trust each other for shit. We don't trust each other for nothing. It's like, look, I don't want to open up a business. I don't want to partner up with you because eventually you're going to do me dirty. Y'all know how I go. I ain't got to tell y'all that. Y'all know how our people can get in. You know that. I don't want to get into no business with you because if I get into business with you and things go south, bridges get burnt, network get cooked. I'm gonna tell you something. I rock with all y'all. I rock with all y'all on here. All y'all watching the beam outs and the ones that don't even see the beam outs. Because I know one thing for sure. One thing for sure. Noble Drew Ali the Prophet said, everything is gonna come back to the hands of the Asiatics. Everything. Have it look outside, have a toe off and get outside. everything is going to come back to the hands of our people. Except, here's the thing, it's going to be done in love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. But the thing is this, though. You got a business, I got a business. Why we don't do business together? That's what the Polish people do. Look, that's what the Russians do. The Polish people do. The Irish people do. They work together. All they do is work together. You think everybody that do business with each other actually like each other? No, they just look at it from a big picture. Like, all right, I might not necessarily like you, but let's do business together so we can all make bread together. If you wanted to do some business, let's look at your business, my business, and then we could sit down and say, all right, we're gonna draw up some statistics, some numbers, so we all can get paid. But the hatred, though, it's a hatred, though. It's a hatred that we gotta overcome. And the only way you can overcome that is if you dealing with love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. If you not standing on no principles, then how you ever gonna look to overcome hurdles and obstacles? If you don't have no kind of foundation, solid foundation, how you ever gonna look to overcome something? We gotta stand on some solid foundation, G. Emotions ain't it. Cause guess what? You think Dolce & Gabbana, Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Prada, you think do you think these high fashion designer places, they think they care about us? Hell no. You think Hennessy care about us? They don't care at all. All they care about is, are they moving units? Are they selling merch? That's all they care about. That's all they care about. You say it's not about emotion. Some people are pure evil. Some people are straight negative. I agree. Some people are straight negative. Facts. That's the people that you don't want to deal with, though. You're right. Some people are just pure negative. Soulless. You don't want to deal with them. This is why you want to link up and do business. You want to link up and do power economics. You want to do finances. You want to be on some high vibrational, high energy, high value shit. That's the network you want to connect with. You only want to connect with people that's like-minded. If you want a positive, you want to connect with the positive. If you a positive being, you don't want to connect with people that's on straight negativity shit. But I get it though. Cause I've been burnt. I've been hurt. I've been down and out. But I see it like this now. Like, the reason why these other nationalities doing what they doing is because of lack of knowledge, a lack of information. It's a lack of principles. That's how they able to move in our communities and set up. Like I'm from Iraq. Like in Chicago, you got a Chinatown, you got a Greek town, you got a Polish town. You got like little towns up here. You got a Palestine town. You got little towns out here in Chicago, right? The reason why they have their little towns and whatnot set up is because they have a common ground. They common ground is they got a nationality. So they link up on that and that first. We identify with y'all as Palestinians, Iraqis, Chinese, Korean, Indian. We link up. That's how they moving. Irish and Polish and Russian. That's how they do business. They not doing business with an outsider, especially somebody who lacks a nationality. So-called black people, they might do business with you, but they not really rocking with you like that. They're not really rocking with you like that. This is the thing that our people got to start seeing. They network is their net worth. They understand the principles of they network got to be solid. That's how they going to get business. Their economics is going to get stronger because they are linking up with people that's on economics. But the economics only going to happen with people that got something to bring the bread back to a nation. This is what so-called African Americans don't have. Pan-Africans don't have. Israelites don't have. Nation of Islam don't have. You don't have a nation to bring that bread, them finances, that mindset, them principles. You don't have a solid foundation to stand on. This is why Noble Drew Ali was standing on solid foundation. He was picking up the Moorish woman and he had his foot on solid rock. It's a solid foundation, fam. He had the Moorish woman in his arms and he had his right foot on solid foundation. This is what so-called black people don't have. Walking around just mad and angry, but not looking at it like, all right, we spend trillions of dollars a year, but we don't want to do business with each other though. But we'll consume everybody else's business though. It's wild. It's wild when you just break it down and look at it like economically. We spend so much bread being consumers instead of looking at it like, why not spend that amount of bread with each other? Peace. Why not spend bread with each other? It's the lack of trust. You see? It's the lack of principles. You're not going to trust nobody who don't even know their nationality. Look at it like this. There's a document I suggest that all of y'all on here should check out. Whoever gonna see this beam out, check this document out. The document is called Declaration Rights of Indigenous People. Check out that document. That document, if you want a blueprint for so-called reparations, check out that document. That document is the blueprint for all indigenous people on the planet, especially in North America. Once again, it's called Declaration Rights of Indigenous People. You know what Article 6 is of that document? Just in case you don't know where to go get that document, you could Google this document that I just told y'all for free. For free. It don't even cost nothing. You could download the PDF for that right now or after this beam out. It's for the free. Declaration Rights of Indigenous People. Economics, finances, healthcare, cannabis, you name it, housing, nationality, government, all those things that I'm naming and more is in that Declaration Rights of Indigenous People. The reparations that our people keep looking for can be found in that document. But this is the catch. In order to activate that document and make it real and lawful, you have to be a part of that document. That's nationality. There are no, listen, Ethiopia, you put up a question. You said, let's talk about the Ethiopian Jews, the original oldest chosen people. That's not true. Let me tell you how that's not real. Ethiopia means the demarcation line on the planet. That's what Ethiopia is. Ethiopia is a corruption of the name Abyssinian. Abyssinia is the actual name of those people. They're Abyssinians. Ethiopia was a name that was put on them people. It's a demarcation line to the planet. that divides Ham and Cush. Asia Major, Asia Minor. It's only a line that separates the planet. It divides the planet up. Asia Major, Asia Minor. That's what Ethiopia means. It's not a place. So how could they be the oldest civilization? They're not a real people. They're Abyssinians. That's their real name. That's their nationality. You got to go deeper. You got to go further into the history. They don't want us to go deeper and further. You know what they want us to do? They want us to be over here talking about what's a man, what's a woman, distracted with social media, using social media for divide and conquer purposes. Listen, the word Africa, listen, man, the word Africa means the world terrain. African is not a people. When you say Africa, that don't mean what you've been programmed to think it means. You think Africa is a real place. No. You're in Africa right now. Again, the word Africa means the world terrain. So when you say Africa, you talking about the planet. That's what Africa is. Northwest Africa is North America. Northwest of Mexico and Southwest of Mexico. It's the land. What they want you to do is to keep talking about things that's irrelevant and not look at the land. If you want to connect with the land, you got to connect with your name. You calling yourself every name but the name that claim you that the name is for the land. If you don't claim more, you're not claiming the land. Point blank, period. This is why they want you to call yourself an Israelite. This is why they want you to call yourself an Ethiopian, an Israelite. This is why they want you to call yourself an Indian, a Pan-African. You can't show me on a map where Pan-Africa is located. So how can somebody love you if they're telling you, I'm from this place, I represent this place? How could they love you if they're lying to you at the same time? This is what I'm talking about. See, it's the cognitive dissonance. The moment that you think that people are crayon colors, they know that you gone in the head. As soon as you say it don't matter how educated or how many degrees you got in your house on the wall, the moment that you say that you a black person, they know that you are dead in law. They know that you don't know. And they gonna laugh at you behind your back. They gonna laugh at you in your face under their breath because they know you don't know. Black means colorless. Black means pale. The so-called black people are really the so-called white people. Listen to me, man. This is where you got love coming. This is why you gotta have principles to stand on. Because you come across people from all walks of life, and then you say, why do you call yourself something that's an adjective? You got to go to the 8 parts of speech. You speak English. Yeah. Pale people were not the first people here. And the pale people are the black people. Ding, 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 ding. So why would you call yourself black when black means pale and the pale people weren't the first people? See? Yeah. You gotta laugh at some of this shit, man. You said English is not a real language. Let me tell you something. Just for you. Pick up the book by C.M. Bay and read those 2 volumes. The Clock of Destiny. Read those 2 volumes. English is a Moorish language. It's a dialect. This is why you have words that are in English that are the same words, different sounds, that you have in Arabic, that you have in Chinese, this is in Spanish. This is why English has words and sounds that sound like different languages. Clock of Destiny, Volume 1 and 2, tell you that. See, it's that self-hatred, though. See? Now, when you tell somebody, fam, black means pale, it doesn't mean what you think it means. It's an adjective. Listen to this. There are 8 parts of speech in the English language. Colors are adjectives. When you call yourself an adjective, you're letting people know you'd have no idea who you are. None. It doesn't matter what you believe in, because all you gotta do is go to a dictionary. This is what people don't go to. So if you say you love yourself, you gotta go to a dictionary. You gotta go to a dictionary. How you say you know how to use this language, but you're afraid to go to a dictionary? This is the thing. This is why you got to stand on principles. You got to love learning. If you think you know it all, then can't nobody do nothing with you. Nothing. You got to go to a dictionary. This is why dictionaries ain't promoted in our communities. They don't promote using a dictionary in school. They just tell you words, and they tell our people words, and then say, well, this is what it means. This is why you got so many people who just run off and just say anything. Like they'll be like, man, you're a misogynist. And then don't even realize, they don't realize the definition word don't even mean what you see all these idiots running on social media talking about. Or misandry. They say these words. The English language was created by cultured Moors. The English language is a God language because the English language is the language of angles. That's what the English language is. This is why the English language is so, you can use it so many different kind of ways. Islam, or you could use the English language so many different kind of ways. Like wherever you from right now, right? This is why you got to have principles. When you say, like out here in Iraq, right? We might say, that shit cold as hell, right? Now you from somewhere else, you might not know what the hell we talking about, right? Or like when you say, like Chicago slang then took off and went all around the world now. So like all these people out here saying like on my mama and on God, on bro, on phone them, all that Chicago shit. But see, when we talking like that, you not knowing what we talking about. But it didn't took off though. It didn't took off around the world. So my point is, every place on this planet, you have different dialects. The dialects are different. So where you from, you might not say something cold as hell. You might not talk like that. You might not say certain words because you're from where you're from. But that don't matter because you still Moors. Like the West Coast, they talk different. Down south, they talk different. They got different dialect. They still speaking English, but they got a different dialect. You feel me? East Coast, they talk different. They got a whole, depending on what borough you in, they talk different. Down Florida, they got a whole other different sound down there in Florida. North Carolina, South Carolina, Tennessee, Memphis, they got a whole different kind of slang that they talk. But this is where love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice come in at. Because this is the foundation. Once you standing on principles, you can understand. I don't know necessarily what you saying, but I know that what you saying is still coming from a place of those principles. You feel me? You said Islam is the way. Islam is an acronym. See that? You see that? So when you say Islam is the way, yeah, But you got people using Islam the wrong way. You got to know the right way. The right way is I, self, law, am master. Islam ain't got nothing to do with just the faith. You see that? See, this is the whole other side of Islam. People don't even know what they own. I ain't coming at you. I'm just on that today. I ain't coming at you, though. Don't take it personal. This all about love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. I'm just noticing that you writing, you know, so I'm just on you. But it's love, though. I ain't got nothing but love for you. I don't even know you. That's just what I'm on. So when you say Islam, nah, it's all love, though. It's all love, though. Love. It's all love, man. This what I be meaning. It's all love. Love. Because it ain't about me. It's about us uplifting each other. That's what it's about. It ain't about CushDey at all. I'm just having a human experience on this planet. That's it. That's all. So Islam, when you say Islam, Islam is I, self, law, and master. Islamism is the connection to the nature and the universe and the functions of this planet. That's what Islamism is. Islamism is a connection of all of the so-called religions. Islam, Buddhism, the Tao, so-called the real Christianity. The real Christian. I'm talking about Yahushua. I ain't talking about the modern day pale skin Christianity version. That's a perverted version. I'm not talking about that. But you did whole time you brought up the Ethiopians, right? So you would say the Ethiopian Bible, in the Ethiopian Bible, some say that that's the oldest Bible. It's 400-500 years older than the King James Version Bible. But King James was a Moor. They don't want us talking about that. All of these people that we look at like King James, Queen Sophia Charlotte, everybody who was somebody came from a Moor, started from a Moor. Everybody. The perversion is when the hyper-Europeans just recently got into a position of power, they corrupted the looks of the statues. Pick up the book 100 Amazing Facts About the Negro by J.A. Rogers. Fire. He says in that book that the statues used to be all painted black. They were painted black. The people were not black. This is where the confusion come in there. And the evil, the villains, they was all painted with pale skin. They was painted white. So what does that tell you? Everybody from history is more. The originators, the creators, the architects of this entire planet. That's us. We that. You that. But you can't connect yourself to that if you claiming something that don't connect you to that. And that's black. You see? Exactly. You see the Moabites just wrote the dictionary definition right there. Moor means any dark-skinned person, any copper-skinned person, any olive-skinned person, any dark-skinned person. You Moor. That's the connection. Once you connect with Moor, then you tell the people on the planet what you ain't. That's what they don't want. That's why they got to promote distractions. That's why they got to promote hatred amongst us, to have it a you versus me type thing. That's why they got to pump these narratives out. Us versus them. It's like watching, you know what it's like, man? It's like watching a movie that you already seen so many times, where you damn near know every word that's in that movie. Whole time, it's like watching a movie, right? You done seen this movie Scarface so many times, The Godfather so many times, that you know all the lines. You done seen Malcolm X so many times, you know word for word how it's finna go. Right? But you still want to go another direction. Why? You know how the movie gonna end. None of the drug dealers gonna live. They always get turned on in the end. You know that if you take this bread from these devils, you know what's gonna happen. And the devils ain't got nothing to do with skin complexion at all. So don't just think that these pale skinned hybrid Europeans, these Albions, is just devils. Because you got people that got dark skin that's devils too. So let me just put that on the record. Don't just think the pale skinned Albions can just be the demons and the devils. No, sir. You can have people that got dark skin, copper complexion. They could be brown. They could be tawny. They could be demonic and pulling you into the pulpit. Shit. Don't just think it's the... See, that's what the dark force wants us to do. They want us to look for somebody to blame instead of looking at self and saying, damn, if the pale-skinned people are newcomers on this planet, then how is they put in position to be ruling and doing what they're doing? Obviously, they would need help. Who's helping these people do what they do to our people? It's got to be our own people. So that would mean it's an inside job. Yo. But that's the kind of conversation that get people to get triggered. They just looking at it like, no, it's the white man. They not white people. They pale people. Pale means black. In the 1600s, the 1500s, they switched places. So in the 1500s, the 1100s to the 1500s, they started identifying our people as them. And they started identifying their people as us. White is a status. It means pure. It means ruler. It means God. Every time you call one of these pale-skinned Albions a white person, you're calling them your God. You're calling them your ruler. You saying that they're pure and you're them. You talking about a mind trick. That's what you're doing. If you didn't know, now you know. Do your own research though. This is how real it is. Because don't forget, everything on this planet works off of contracts. Oral contracts and written contracts. Every time you call one of these pale-skinned Europeans a white person, white in law means purity. It means God. It means ruler of the land. Every time you call these people white people, that's what you calling them. Know it now. Because that's the flip. Our people have accepted the flip. Instead of looking at it like, what? How did they get in position to do what they doing? They flipped it. And they flipped the maps. On God, more. They flipped the maps. They flipped the sculptures. They flipped the artwork. They flipped their identity. Do you understand? They flipped their identity so they could claim falsely the land. You get it now? They want our land. So the only way that they can make a false claim on our land is to claim our name. This is why you got to nationalize. Nationality starts right here in your head. It don't start with sending nobody no fiat, no bread, no none of that. Economics can start today. Today, fam. You don't gotta send off. You don't gotta buy no packages. You don't gotta do none of that shit. All you gotta do is just say who you are. And then you be that. That's it. But know this though. Once you say you are something, you gotta be that. You can't be like, well, I'm a Moor today, but I still call my people black people. No. Don't come with that shit. Don't come with that. It's gonna take me some time. No. Nope. Once you know something is bogus, then you supposed to let that shit go and then be done with it. You ain't supposed to say, well, I know it's wrong, but I'm gonna keep doing it anyway. But I'm uplifting y'all. Nah, how? How you know something wrong but still doing bogus shit? But then at the same time telling people you uplifting them. Nah, that's why this is why you can't trust people off them telling you that you a black person. You an Indian, you a Native American. How you gonna trust them? They tell you that they love you, but they calling you something that's dead. How that work? Gratitude. Yeah, you know we repping the empire right now. We repping the empire. Oh yeah. On the drip check, look. This shirt right here, you could get this from godscloset.com. Go to godscloset.com. Fam, ain't nothing on there but fire. Nothing on there but ether. Go to godscloset.com. Everything on there lit. Straight up. Everything on there. Once they start seeing you repping that empire. Okay, I'm gonna put it up here for y'all right now. God'sCloset.com. I'm gonna pin it right there. Go to that website. Everything on there lit. Straight ether. You know what I'm saying? Everything on there. So they want us to be us versus them. You versus me. They want to keep us in a constant battle. Man versus women. Y'all don't see the movie? It's the same movie. They want us to keep playing the same roles in this movie. But look here. Ain't you the star? Ain't you the star in your own movie? You're the star player on the team. You are. Ain't you the author of your own book? You're the author in your own book. You are. So be yourself. You got the ability to be not only the star role in your movie. You got the ability not only to be the author of your own book. You got the ability to at any time create or destroy anything that don't make sense. You got these abilities though. These are not like, oh, he got these abilities or she got these abilities. How can I get these abilities? You born with these abilities. Don't you get it? You born with these abilities. Don't you know that? These are not like supernatural gifts that they make it out on the movies like. You born with intuition and telepathy. You born with 7 senses, not 5. You got 7 senses inside your DNA. Really, you got more than that though. But we just keeping it basic. You got 7 basic abilities inside your DNA. You really got more than that though. But we just keeping it simple. That telepathy and all of that. Telepathy. The 5 senses y'all already know. The 6 and the 7 abilities that you got is intuition and telepathy. Those are the basic 7 abilities that we all have in our DNA. This is why you could be doing something and then you could be like, man, I just thought about that. I just thought about calling fam now. I just thought about you and they called your phone. That's how it works. Real shit. This is how it works though. So when you say somebody is telepathic, this is telepathy. When you talking about wisdom of the ancients, right? Pick up that book too. Yes, we are all telepathic on different frequencies. Peace, man. We all telepathic. I'm going to show you how you telepathic, right? Look. I'm going to show you how you telepathic. I'm going to show you how you telepathic. You might be like, man, I ain't telepathic. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm going to show you how you telepathic. Some people are more telepathic than others. They tap into these abilities more than others, though. But I'm going to show you how you're telepathic. You ever was like, you having a conversation with somebody and you able to finish each other's sentences or finish each other's words based off what you're talking about? You're able to tap into each other's mind and say, damn, I was just finna say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. See? You see? We all are telepathic. We all got intuition. This is how it happens. Because you born with that in your DNA. But again, remember, those are just the 7 basic abilities. There's more though. But that's just basic. When you say that's telepathy, see, telepathy does not involve like reading somebody's mind so you invade their ability to have free will. That's not telepathy. Telepathy basically is you and that person are operating on that same frequency. So y'all together, y'all are actually exchanging the energy because the mind is all and the universe is mental. So it's no secrets that's out here. So if you and somebody else is operating on that particular frequency, you can finish each other's words. You can finish each other's sentences. You can actually exchange information without speaking. That's telepathy. You see? That's telepathy. That's why I say all of us are telepathic. It's just you got some people that tap into these abilities more than you got others. Some people might look at it like, man, it ain't nothing. It ain't nothing. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? They don't really give themselves enough credit, enough love. And sometimes you don't have to say a word. You just know in your mind what they own. And the people that's around you, that's on that wave, you don't have to say nothing. You just own that. You feel me? You own that. But to keep us distracted, to keep us out of study and stuff like that, they got to keep flooding us with narratives about fear, anger, jealousy, hatred. They got to keep us greedy. Because once you start being any of those low vibrational things, you're not operating in your higher self. You operating in a low frequency, low vibe, low energy. Ain't it wild though? How you could say to somebody, you would be like, somebody would be like, you know, on some, I don't know you, but you got hate for me though, right? And people can accept that narrative, like, why this? They be like, they call somebody a hater, right? Even when that person really just giving them constructive criticism, they call that person a hater because that's the training. We not getting taught that there is a such thing as constructive criticism, meaning I'm gonna give you reasons why I don't fuck with it. I'm gonna give you I don't have to give you nothing, but I'm gonna give you reasons because you asked me why don't I like XYZ. I'm gonna give you reasons why I don't like it or why it could get better. Constructive criticism. Nowadays, everybody walking on eggshells, super sensitive, and you like, I ain't got time for that shit. Don't got time for that shit. Then you got others who just they're stuck in a belief world, like this right here. You got women And you got dudes that live in a delusion, right? I'm gonna show you how. You got dudes that only think that they could get a woman based off how much finance that they spend on her. That's delusion. You can't buy nobody. It don't matter how much you spend on her. She not yours. Because you cannot buy a human being. You can't do that. That's an illusion. That's the Lulu land. Then you will say, women, you got certain women that's out here who got this false sense of self-entitlement. They got this false belief in there's going to be a Prince Charming that's going to come sweep them off their feet. But they'll walk right past the dude that would take care of them. Or you got this right here. You got dudes and you got women who have convoluted reality, and they think that taking a woman on dates that's like you keep dating. Like you think going out on dates means somebody really interested in you. Just because somebody offered to take you out on a date, that don't mean they fully interested and invested into you. They just might want to crack you. You think about that? I see this shit every day, fam. Every day. And you think you really gonna do something with her? Whole time she just using your ass like a meal plan. A meal ticket. She using your ass for a meal ticket. And you steady going on dates with her. And you like, yeah, one of these days. You shouldn't have to spend nothing like that. If it's really truly genuine, you should. But then again, it's the trauma. It's the trauma. Don't recognize real shit from fake shit. Because the real shit and the fake shit nowadays through social media has been merged together. So you got fake shit and you got real shit. And then you got people who can't make their mind up and take criticism. So they trying to push the two together. It don't go together. Everything, right. What do you bring to the table? Goof ass. That should be so obvious. When they ask you a question, when they ask you that shit, when they ask you, what do you bring to the table? That's your automatic sign. Get the fuck out of there. Get the fuck on. Move around. Looking ass. What do you bring to the table? What? If you see, this is why we say opposites attract, though. Opposites attract. But again, they got people over here in North America arguing about what's a woman and what's a man. Stupid shit. Distraction shit. Shit that don't really mean nothing in the world. What's a man? What's a woman? Goof ass. A biological woman and a biological man are biologically built like that. From Allah, the creator. You think Allah made a mistake? When they say stupid shit like a woman is someone who identifies as a woman. You know how retarded that shit is? How insane that shit is coming out their mouth? You know how? Because a woman's pelvic area is specifically designed by Allah, the creator, the grand architect, to be wider than a man. We ain't even gotta just talk about X chromosome, XY chromosome. That should be obvious enough, though. The pelvic bone in the woman is designed to be wider than the man. So it don't matter what the fuck polluted ass belief system you got in your head. your pelvic region, your pelvic bone is not as wide. If you're a man trying to be a woman, your pelvic bone is not designed to push a child out, because your pelvic bone is not a woman's pelvic bone. It can never be a woman's pelvic bone. Genius. So you can never be a woman, and a woman can never be a man. Genius. Because your pelvic bone eliminates that. The region on your waist, your natural bone structure, is supposed to be built like that. It's naturally built wider by the great architect. But nah. These kind of conversations, they don't want to have these. They don't want to have these though. Nah. They don't want to talk about bone structure. All you gotta do is look at bone structure. Look at the pelvic region of the woman. What are you talking about? They'd be like, oh, you can be whatever you want to be. That's insanity. That's insanity. You know, it's a story in this book called The Exhuming of a Nation, right? It's a story about the eagle and the chicken. Check it out. What time is it? The eagle and the chicken. This dude, right? Just sum it up for y'all real quick. This dude stole it. He went up to the mountains. He stole an eagle from the nest. Stole it. He walked down the mountain. He was a farmer. So he stole an eagle out of the eagle nest, climbed down the mountain, and he had a chicken farm. He had a farm. So he threw the baby eagle where the chickens was at. It's a baby. So the baby growing up, the baby eagle growing up, all he knew was to be raised like a chicken. That's all he knew. To be a chicken. Whole time it's actually an eagle. So the farmer brainwashed the eagle to think like a chicken, to guard the chickens from the other eagles that was flying above. So one day, a stranger came. This stranger he was walking by the farm, and he saw this big ass eagle, wings spread big as hell, because the eagle now is grown up to be, you know, an eagle, an adult eagle. Mentally though, all the eagle knows is to be a chicken and to think like a chicken. So the stranger comes walking by the farm. He sees this giant eagle in the farm. He goes up to the guy and he say, hey, why do you have that eagle here? That eagle belongs in the mountains, in his natural habitat, amongst his natural people. Right? Whole time, he takes the eagle from the farmer and says, I'm going to take this eagle back to its natural habitat. Right? He takes the eagle, climbs up to the mountain with the eagle that thinks that he's a chicken still. Takes him up there. Then he say, you're an eagle. You belong naturally in the sky. You belong up here in the mountains. That farm, that's not where you're supposed to be. He talking to the eagle that think he a chicken. He telling the eagle this, right? So he say, I want you to spread your wings and fly. Fly like you're naturally supposed to. Because whole time the farmer, he was cutting the tips off the eagle's wings. So he was really grooming the eagle to think like a chicken, physically and mentally. You're a chicken, you're a chicken, you're a chicken, you're a chicken. All you are is a chicken. But in reality, naturally, biologically, Nationally, he was an eagle. His bloodline was connected to an eagle, right? Check it out. So the stranger got him up there, and he telling him, no, you belong in the sky. You supposed to fly. Spread your wings and fly. So the eagle started begging. I don't want to fly. Take me back. Take me back to the farmer. Take me back to what? Take me back. Please take me back. Begging and shit, right? So the stranger says, listen, I'm going to throw you off this mountain and you're going to fly. Your wings are going to start flapping and you're going to fly and you will see who you are. So the stranger grabs the eagle and pushes him off the mountain. What happens to the eagle then? What happened? What you think happened to the eagle? Huh? The eagle started flapping his wings, fam. The eagle fell down, though. He was flapping. He flapping his wings hard as hell. And he's falling. He flapping. Then he caught himself. Opened his wings up. And then he took off. He took off. And he started flying in the sky. So he went down, scared as hell. Calmed himself down, opened his wings up, and he flew. All through the blue sky. He flew up there. All in the sky. Because his natural instincts kicked in. And he remembered who he was. He wasn't a chicken. Whole time he was an eagle. And he started to be himself. Or for her to be herself. You got to be yourself. They got us out here thinking that we chickens. They got us out here thinking, now replace, this the crazy part. Now replace eagle with Negro, black, colored, Indian, Native American, Pan-African, Israelite, well, Hebrew. They got us out here thinking in that mentality. Naturally, though, consanguinity, though, bloodline, though, we eagles. We supposed to fly. We don't belong down here begging. We don't belong down here in a mindset that we think that we less than what we are. We eagles. Substitute eagle for more. Yeah. You feel me? We Moors. You know what I'm saying? We Moors. You can pick that story up in the book, The Exhuming of a Nation. You should check that out. We not black. We not people of color. We not Negroes. We not none of that. We Moors. We eagles. It's a reason that eagle is on the back of the so-called Federal Reserve note. The one Federal Reserve note. Along with a pyramid. Hold up. Let's make it visual. Let's do a visual. Right? Do I got one single on me? Do I got one on me? I don't even think I got a single on me. Let me see. Hold up. I do. Look. There's a reason that this eagle is here. See that? There's a reason why the eagle is here. Them stars right there represent the Fez. That right there is the Fez. It's a hex alpha. It's a 6-pointed star right there. And it's a reason why it says E pluribus unum. Out of many one. It's the reason why it says that. Those stars right there are a 6-pointed star. As above, so below. The law of correspondence. The principle. Then it's another reason why right over here there's a pyramid on this paper. Because the Americas not only is Morocco, but it's the land of the pyramids. That's why this pyramid is on here. Because America is Al Maghrib Al Aqsa, the most extreme west. Northwest Africa, Southwest Africa. That's why it's a pyramid on this piece of paper. Falsely known as money, but in reality, it's only a Federal Reserve note that belongs to the U.S. corporation, not America. But even on this, they had to hide the truth in plain sight, and they had to show you who you are. You see? They showing you who you are on this piece of paper without even talking to you. The symbols is talking. See that? And you flip it, then you see the circle 7. But the circle 7 is connected. That eye right there of Allah, that's supposed to be connected with your nationality and your creed back to your temple. Mind, body, soul, nationality, creed. Ding, 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 ding. Now you know. Now you know. Now what you gonna do with it? Now you know. What you gonna do with it? Because you can't just know and you don't get active. You got to get active. You got to start getting active. Now you got to start saying, you got to stop saying you a color person. And you got to say, I'm more. What you talking about? I'm Moorish American. What you talking about? I ain't never black. I ain't never pale. I know who I am. I'm Moorish American. I know who I am. That part. See, it ain't just good just to know. You got to get active and you got to spread that out there. But see, that's the 5 principles. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's when you push it. You push it out there. You know? But love is like a foreign language nowadays with people. You tell them you love them, they looking at you like something wrong with you for loving them. Ain't it crazy? You tell somebody that you love them, they looking at you funny like, man, what's your angle? What you on? What you on, fam? It's crazy, right? You tell somebody that you love them, they look at you like something wrong with you. Like, what you mean you love me? What you on? What you trying to get up out of me? You trying to get some up out of me, man? What's your angle, fam? That part. You say you're from Morocco, North Africa. We love our Moorish brothers. Islam. We love you too. Because that's what it's gonna take. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice to turn everything around. Everything is gonna come back to the hands of the Asiatics, though. Know that. No matter how bad it get, everything gonna come back to us. Stay focused. That's all you gotta do. Stay focused. I'm from the rack. This right here, the 5-pointed star, love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. This what Chief Malik was talking about. He was talking about this in the temple. They called it the fort. Chief Malik. Y'all know him as Jeff Fort. Then the 6-pointed star, which I just showed y'all, is on the Federal Reserve note with them stars on there. The 6-pointed star, that's what Larry Hoover was repping. So Chief Malik, Jeff Fort was repping the 5. Larry Hoover was repping the 6. The 6 is love, life, loyalty, knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. As above, so below. Yin and yang. More science. And the Quran ties it all in too. Because the Quran is knowledge, order, rhythm, astrology, and nature. Islam. Get it? So I hope y'all got something from this beam all right now. I'm finna move around though. It's always love building with y'all. Man, it's always love building with y'all. Hopefully y'all got something. Exactly, more. The hex alpha. That's what this is. This is a representation of that. The hex alpha. This right here. Hex alpha. As above, so below. See? This the 6-point star that Larry Hoover was talking about. See that? Then you dealing with the 12 signs of the zodiac. Really 13 though. But you are the 13. 12 signs of the zodiac. You are the center. See? See how I go? Everything is geometry. That's why it's a G on there. The gnosis. That's why it's a G on there for. The 7th letter of the alphabet is the G. Come on, fam. Everything is mathematics. That's why when you say you a so-called black person, the math ain't mathing. That's not mathing. The math ain't right. When you say that hybrid Europeans are white people, the math ain't mathing. Don't never call pale-skinned Albions white people, because you calling them your God. Because that's what white means. This is why the so-called white people, who are not white people, they're actually the black people, they walk around with this false sense of, I have a privilege. This is why our people mistakenly call it white supremacy or white privilege. It's not white privilege. Free white person is a status that only belongs to Moors. White only belongs to Moors. European hybrids are not white people, because free white person does not mean the Caucasian race. They not the white people. They can never be the white people. So you making yourself look like you're less than if you continue to create a narrative and run with a narrative that don't make sense. The math ain't mathing. Don't matter how intelligent that you think you are. The moment that you say that you're a black person, the moment that you call a pale-skinned Albion a white person, everybody knows you don't know what you're talking about. And you're out of pocket. With law, you're out of pocket. Everybody knows in that moment. Everybody knows. They just playing the game. They might not tell you that you're wrong, but you're wrong. And the shit gotta die. When you say white power, I'm glad you wrote that. White power only belongs to Moorish people. You understand? White power only belongs to the Moors. We've been saying black power. So you really been big upping the pale-skinned Europeans. Every time you said black power, you really talking about pale people. That shit it's a mind fuck, G. This whole time we've been indoctrinated to say the total opposite of what we supposed to say and do what we supposed to do. We've been bamboozled, fam, by our own people who tell us that we're crayon colors. Do you understand? Our own people are the ones that's selling us out. Our own people. You keep looking at these pale-skinned people like they the ones that got the juice. Like they the ones that got the power. They don't. It's our own people who sell their own people out. It's not just the pale-skinned people. They don't have power. They get helped by our own people who choose to sell out and say that you are Indian, that you black, that you are Pan-African. Those are the sellouts. Them the ones selling you out. Anybody out here talking about black power, you a Pan-African, you an Indian, they selling you out. They selling you out. Straight up. You show me on the map where Pan-Africa at. Show it to me right now. Where that shit at? you ain't gonna find it. But see, you will support people that keep telling you something that you used to. See, you used to them telling you that. So you like, damn, they got 5-10 million followers. They must be saying something really right. They sending you off. They lying to you, G. Crayon colors are adjectives. Nouns are people. Go to a dictionary. Go to a dictionary. All that black and proud bullshit, they selling you out. All that Indian bullshit, they selling you out. You think that the people that was over here first, why would they call themselves Indian and the land is called America? So why would the people who were here first that built the pyramids, why would they call themselves Indian and the land is called America? Answer me this right here before I slide. This shit funny. Look, answer me this. Why would a people misidentify their name, their own name, and say that they're Indians? Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Indians sleep in teepees? Ain't that what we've been told? Indians slept in teepees, right? Right? Okay, so you trying to tell me that the first people that built civilization, they built the pyramids, they had all this architecture, they built cathedrals and all that, right? Castles and all that, right? They slept in teepees? So why wouldn't a teepee be on this right here? Oh, this really gonna mess you up. Hold up, this really gonna mess you up. If the first people here was Indians, they want us to believe that we're Indians, then why is there a pyramid? And pyramid, keep in mind, is spelled M-E-R, which is another derivative of M-O-O-R or M-U-R or M-O-O-R or M-U-U-R. Huh? Or M-O-H-R. We could keep going. M-U-I-E-R. There's over 60 variations to the spelling of the word more. So my question is, if we were Indians, then why is there a Moorish pyramid here and not a teepee? Why ain't they got an Indian teepee on here, but they got a Moorish pyramid on here? Yo! Yeah. They can't never answer that. Fuck their whole head up. Their whole narrative get destroyed with that shit right there. Their whole narrative get obliterated. That shit get destroyed. Hey, why is there a Moorish pyramid on the back of that $1, that so-called $1 bill, and not a teepee? But y'all say that we Indians though. Why they ain't got a teepee on that back of that $1 bill? Why is there a Moorish pyramid on the back of that $1 bill, along with the circle 7, upside down? Being fucking bong. They can't stop the Moors, G. They can't. They can't do it. They can't do it. Ether. Straight ether. They can't do it. You can't stop the Moors, fam. It ain't gonna happen. It's never gonna happen. I'm waiting on fam to pull up. I don't even know if he pulled up yet. But I'm gonna catch y'all Moors on the next one though, man. I'm finna move around right now. You know, Chicago shit. You know? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Remember, love should not be a foreign language to us. We should embrace love. We should embrace it. We should embrace love. Love should feel good to you. You should give somebody love without terms and conditions. You shouldn't put a term and a condition on love, because that ain't true. That ain't love anyway. Love is unconditional. You love that baby with no terms and conditions. Why you don't want to love each other without terms and conditions? Treat yourself, treat others like you treat yourself. You know what I'm saying? All right, Moors, I'm going to holler at y'all, though. Much love to all y'all that tuned in and the Moors that will tune in. I self-law and master. Start connecting with like-minded Moors. Islam.